Hey, what's up, and welcome to another episode of Wannabe Entrepreneur. And today is time for our second review. Again, I asked on Twitter for people to share the projects that they are working on, and I want to do a couple of. I want to review them, and of course, that I try to get the best engineer possible to review this with me. But since that was not possible, Abhishek is back. Hey, Abhi, what's up, man?
Hey, thank you, man.
It was a huge success last time. It was a huge success last time. At least I shared it on Twitter, and then they shared it back, so that was good. And I think we got like, I don't know, 50 listens or something, which I know for the podcast is already quite good. And we got to promote a little bit this small business and this more small apps, and we gave constructive feedback. So here we are for a second round.
Cool.
How you feeling, my brother? Do you have something to drink?
Yes, I'm drinking water.
Dude, I'm drinking coffee. All right, so today we have three apps or three products to review, plus an extra one that is something that was not shared with me on that particular tweet, but it's a company that I really like. I also interviewed the guys, and there will be an interview that will be published in the future. But I really want to get your opinion on that too. Yeah, are you feeling ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
So first one is actually a Discord community, and it's called Rewards of Risk. And it's a bit hard for us to evaluate this one because it's not a product still. So rewardsofrisk.com, it's a community that he hopes to build, and it's kind of for finance and entrepreneurship education. So that's what he wants to do. What do you think about it?
So it's a group of people who know about finance and all that, or just something else as well. And does this website exist? Rewards for risk.
If you open it, it opens the
Rewards.
Discord community.
Okay. It opens the redirects to Discord. Okay.
Exactly. I mean, to be honest, I think the problem exists. I quite often, I don't know where to invest and how I should invest. A lot of people have savings and they don't know. People tell them to put into crypto. People tell them to put into stock market. To buy a house. But I never know actually what I should do. So I really believe that there's a need for such a product. Do you also think that?
Maybe there are already some communities which exist, right? So I don't know what is unique about this one, what
Yeah,
he's
that's a
trying to
good
do.
point.
So maybe like if there would have been a homepage where it shows exactly what are the goals and what how I can contribute or what I can learn, and then if I can say, okay, I'm ready to join now, and then it goes to Discord. Then
Yeah,
it
that's a great tip actually. It's not that hard to build a landing page.
Yeah.
You can just use a no-code tool and for free,
Yeah.
and you can explain a little bit better what you want to do. Even maybe collect some emails, which is always nice, and then redirect people to Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, also I think Discord culture is quite good. So I am sure like there are other communities, there are a lot of people within the same line who wants to join and contribute to this.
Yeah, that's actually one question that we have, which is what is your USP, your unique selling point? What distinguish your community and your product from the other communities that might exist, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think of starting a product? I don't know. I guess so. Is Twitter handle is called Rewards of Risk. So I don't know if he's a developer or if it's a she or a he actually, but or if it's a team. But I guess they are not developers because otherwise they would start building right away, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think of this idea of starting with a community instead of the product?
I think maybe here the goal is itself is to have a community, and I don't know how he wants to earn money through this. Maybe just like affiliate links, as he mentioned, or merch, as he mentioned as well. But I'm not sure if there are more ideas about it. But in general, I think if you have if you are a content creator, then you definitely need a community. So in this case, I think he might not be going towards making a product, but rather towards making content about it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, cool. Anyways, this was our review of Rewards of Risk. It's still very, very in the beginning, but it might be promising. So, yeah, make sure to join the community. Let's go to the next one. Are you ready, Abby?
Cool. What's the next one?
The next one is called Bruzu.com. This one is super cool. So when you open the website, it just says Image Generation API in capital letters, and then says dynamically generate images with a query string. For me, it wasn't obvious right away what it was, but for you was, right, Abby?
Yeah, I kind of got the idea because I think I have seen like similar tools before, at least the creation side, but I have never probably used that as a rendering directly the images.
What other APIs do you know?
I mean, I don't know, so I just remember vaguely from my head something
Right.
similar. So that's why I kind of got the idea that if you click it, you could edit these templates.
Yeah. And what do you think of the website, the design, when it first opens?
Yeah, I think the design is quite nice, quite decent, quite clean, and it's responsive as well. Wait, is it? Yeah.
It looks very professional, I would say. Like when you look at it, you're like, okay, this is, there's a team involved, I would say.
Yeah, looks professional. Also, the design tool where you can create the images looks neat as well. So you can see real-time update to the image you're creating.
So there's a couple of examples that you can click, and it's like a template that you immediately open. And yeah, the design tool, it's amazing actually. And basically what you can do is that this generates a link that then you can use, and then you can edit each of the parameters. So you can edit the text, the size, the image, whatever, and then you can download the image. And Abby and I were wondering what were the use cases for this. And I asked you, I didn't tell you, Abby, but there's, if you go on the back, on the bottom right, you can actually chat. You have like a customer support, and I messaged him right now, and he got back to me. So he said, yeah, if you want to automate social media posts or any links, open graph images, you can use this for that.
Makes sense. When you click size, you see all these options. In the creating tool, you have like you have like default drop down for selecting the size. Maybe you want to create a Facebook story, LinkedIn post, etc. Okay, makes sense.
I messaged him saying, we are recording a podcast about this right now.
To the bot?
No, it's a person.
It's a person? I thought it's a bot.
You want to say something. What about the pricing, Abby? Because this is not free, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It seems expensive, right? $1,039 for 1,000 API calls.
Yeah. So in the main page, when you scroll down, you have the pricing, and it says start free, upgrade when ready. So your first 100 image API calls are actually free. So I don't know 100 are quite a lot. If you want to do one post per day or something, 100 images is quite good. But then if you want 1,000 API calls, it costs you $39 per month. And 1 million API calls costs you $500 per month. Which, I wouldn't have the money to pay this for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely maybe expensive. I see the use case now for marketing people to like real-time change the image itself on their campaign.
But what is the use case exactly? Like what? I don't see that.
So of course I probably don't understand fully, but for instance, let's imagine like you create an Instagram post and you put random text, and maybe based on certain market you could change the text itself, because since it's give you a kind of like a query string URL, So let's say with the same image, I can create, I don't know, Spanish text and English text at the same time.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
But I don't understand, like, what's the difference that I create 2 images and use CDN, maybe, which is more cheaper.
I guess you could, for let's say, back in Trivago, we also had a team that was only focused in creating internal tools. So I guess the internal tools team could use this API to create some kind of tool for then the media guys and the marketeers to use, right?
Yeah, but the pricing is for API calls, not for the tool.
Yeah. I'm just saying how this could be used. Maybe, you know, a big company like Trivago could, you know, acquire this service and then build some tooling with it. Well, I asked him if you wanted to say something. He said, like, I said that I was building a podcast, and he said, really? And I said yes, and said let's connect on Twitter. So yeah, I will definitely connect with you. And yeah, this was the review of the product. Do you want to say anything else, Abby, from this product?
No, I think it's quite cool. Definitely the product. I also see some need, but I'm unsure about the pricing at the moment. But maybe because I don't use that much marketing stuff.
How big would you expect this team to be? The team that built this?
Should I guess? Maybe, I don't know, 10 people. If it's a small company. If it's a small company, I assume it's a small company.
But do you think one developer could do this or more?
No, I think you would. I mean, sure, you can do it, but I guess you will. It's good to have more hands and more brains.
All right, let's go to the next one.
All right.
The next one is quite cool. When he pitched this on the tweet that I did, he said it was a microservices for podcasts. Can you guess what this is?
Before I thought it was like tools, but now I realize it's actually services.
Yeah, because for us, you know, developers, when I think on microservices,
exactly,
it's a completely different thing. You know, it's APIs.
That's what I thought. It's tools and stuff.
Exactly. But then I asked him, like, what is this? And what is basically is offering is a company that offers translations, audio editing. It's basically a support for podcasters. And I mean, it's only for the French market. He asked me, like, should I also try other markets? And I said, like, I think there's a need in all the markets, but yeah, maybe it's better to just try one market first. So I guess we'll just evaluate the website first. And when you open the website, it goes to a landing page. You have it says Michael Bourgois. I hope I'm saying it correctly. And then there's also a picture of Michael there. What do you think of the landing page, Abby?
Yeah, I mean, in general, landing page is clean, except maybe the photo is a bit not cropped, super clean.
What do you mean?
Like, I think the cropping of the photo, is it clean? Or because you see, it's not full photograph. It's like one edge is squared on the one end, and the other end is more like full shoulder. This seems like a very quick work.
Yeah,
but I think I mean, just quick.
And it's also not centered, right? I don't know if that's important or not, but both the text and the image, they are like a little bit to the left.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The image seems that it was like cropped from a big image, so maybe that's, you know, it's a small detail. But is it responsive, mobile?
Yeah, seems responsive.
Then it's in French, so it's hard for us to judge the content because we don't speak French. But then you scroll down and it kind of, I guess, explains what it's doing. I mean, we can quickly translate it to English. It says that he offers these services to clients because he uses a lot of no-code tools. So I guess this is a page not only for the podcast, but also for his kind of freelancing services. And then it says, so I think the text about me is a bit too big because, you know, the less text you have, the better. Because people, they only have like an attention span of like 5 seconds. If they don't understand immediately, at least myself, I would just, turn off close that window and move on. What about you, Abby?
Yeah, for sure. It should be very clear, maybe like simple bullet points, and that's it.
Yeah.
For instance, first thing I see in this page is the 3 blocks, which I see.
Ah, right. So because when you scroll down, you have my services,
Yeah,
and then it says no code development productivity podcasts. And
exactly.
so you think that this should be, in the main page, is it?
Yeah, I think maybe this should be up a little bit.
I mean, I think in general it's a good landing page. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe we'll just put these 3 blocks more visible, and that would
Yeah.
be it for me.
Yeah, I think I would put about me and everything below. Would you want to have any of these services?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, I mean, yeah, for sure. I think I like to edit my podcasts, so I don't think I would be in need for that. But for instance, I do a lot of work of getting my podcast into YouTube, and let's say I do an interview of like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I need to crop the interview to its highlights, and yeah, and this takes a lot of work that I would rather have someone else to do it.
Okay.
And also the marketing, the design part, everything else, I also would rather someone else to have it, to do it for me.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I guess there is like a lot of work alongside just then recording.
And podcasts are trending now, so I guess there's a lot of people that want this kind of services.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm curious to see how many clients he has, and if it works out. And yeah, keep us updated, Michael. Let's go to the next one.
Let's go.
This is the last one for today. It's called TinyAsk. And the first thing you see when you open this website, it says, build non-linear careers together. What do you think of this sentence?
Non-linear career, to be honest, I don't know. I guess I'm most linear career guy, like engineer, senior engineer. Yeah. So I think it's more like, I don't know, careers with people shifting careers, maybe something like that, like going from one career to another or something like that. I don't know.
So it's not clear, right?
No, maybe because I don't know what is the meaning of non-linear.
Non-linear career it's as the name says, a career that is not the kind of normal one, quote unquote. So let's say an entrepreneur, a musician, soccer player, people that I guess don't follow the normal trend per se, and they don't have enough support on how to navigate through those careers. And then it says the community for people navigating non-linear careers journey learned together through audio Q&As and tiny cohorts. Do you know what's tiny cohorts?
It's audios, or?
I really think that the guys here should change a little bit the copy, because they are very technical, and I think most of people would not understand. Cohort is like a group of people that share the same similarities. I think that's it. Did you just search what cohort was?
Yeah, it's like group of people sharing same characteristics.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit complicated. Maybe it's not, I don't know. Maybe it's our English is bad.
Well, I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it should be a little bit more obvious. So maybe one feedback I would give is to change a little bit the copy here. And then when you scroll down, there's something that caught my eye, which was short audio answers. You can answer with using audio, a kind of Quora for audio, Quora with audio, which I find it super interesting. And then you can see also a bunch of tags like get into product design, and then you can click on play and hear it, I guess. Let's listen a little bit. Let's listen the one from Sandra Christie.
So my journey was a little bit different. I started off doing brochures, banners, posters, internal communication material, email headers, and so on. So a little bit of graphic design and digital design.
So it basically seems that she's telling her story, like how she got into graphic design. I mean, I like it. The sound quality is good, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But is it used by so people have they also provide these tools to record and stuff, right?
Yeah, you can record it here. The thing is, it's not clear for me. Is it clear for you what this website is about?
Actually, no. I mean, I understand that you can answer questions. People can answer with audio. That's what I understood for now. But I again could not relate it to non-linear career. And then the first example is, how did you start it as product designer? So I still cannot relate to it fully. And also,
Yeah.
can everybody reply back in audio? And is it like specifically asked to this person, or just anyone can answer?
When I spoke with the creators, they told me that you can become an expert of your non-linear career. So let's say you are a soccer player, right? Or a
Right.
chess player in your case, Abi.
Okay.
And that's a non-linear career, right? So if you
Yeah.
want to be, if there's I guess other people that want to become professional chess players, so you as the expert, you could create your own kind of cohort, and you start, saying, okay, I'm Abi, you create your profile, and then people can ask you questions in a written form, and you can answer using audio. And I think the reason why they won't use audio is just because it's simpler for you to answer all of these questions. And I think that's kind of how the website works. And then these people, to join your cohort, I think they can pay you, and then you get the payment, and then the website gets a percentage.
Interesting. Yeah, so basically I sign up as like a expert of the topic, and then I have the right to record, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, but when you say it's simple to record, I don't know, maybe it's simple to write, because you can edit, you can read.
I mean, nowadays audio is the king, right? Like, you have so many
That's
big
true.
companies,
That's true.
Clubhouse, Twitter
Yeah.
Spaces. I mean, even on WhatsApp, there's a lot of people using audio, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So when I log in, by the way, there's you go to the Explore tab, and there's a bunch of what they call milestones. And I can read some of them. It says building a startup, getting into sales, getting to product management. And if I click on building a startup, I see a bunch of questions. So why do you want to build a startup? And then the expert is answering with audio. So for instance, let's hear what the expert says about why do you want to build a startup.
It's less so that I want to build a startup, and more so that I want to do things that make the most impact in the space. And at the moment, that actually doesn't seem to be to build a startup. I kind of see that the best way that I can make an impact in mental health right now is by creating a podcast to get more people into the space.
Yeah, so it's basically answering that question, and he's like and they already have a bunch of people here using it. I don't know. For me, I love the idea. I just think that the UX really needs a lot of work, or some work, because it's just not intuitive for people using it. And I had to explain how it worked to you, right? Like, you wouldn't figure that out, would you?
Yeah, I didn't figure out the product right away.
Now that you understand it, would you use it?
I would say maybe.
Why?
Maybe, I don't know yet, because maybe, I don't know, if there is some topic which interests me. Let's see.
This is somehow similar to that other one that we evaluated last time, the Pick Your Brain.
Yeah, that was more like asking any questions, and the person has kind of like time to do research and all that. In this case, I think, I don't know, people who are very is this towards being an expert, or being like a social network, like where is this website going? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a little bit work to be done in terms of the copy, and like to clearly explain, again, in the first 10 seconds, everyone coming to the website needs to understand what is the website about. And at the moment, I think there's a need for that. Besides that, I love the idea. I love the concept of answering with voice. And I had a super nice chat with the creators. The full interview will be available soon, so you can also hear more about their journey and what they want to do. But I just wanted to mention this platform because I really like it, and I think there's a huge potential here that in the next months we probably will see it developed. Anything else from your side, Avi?
No, I think in general it's a cool idea to explore, for sure.
Yeah, same. Yeah, and basically that was it. We reviewed 4 apps from the Building Public community. And it's like always, it's always super nice to see other people, working in their ideas and it's always super original and super motivating, and also motivates me to build my own stuff. What about you, man? Do you also want to build your
I should
apps? Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Abi, I think that's it. Thank you so much for helping here.
No worries, bro.
And what do you want to say to people about my podcast?
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, everyone.
This was another Wannabe Entrepreneur. See you tomorrow.